I just applied for my first ever business credit card, and I did all of this without having a legitimate business under my name. Let's find out whether or not I got accepted for the business credit card that I applied to, and let's talk about my metrics so that I can help you get your very own business credit card without having a legitimate business. Alright, let's begin. So before we start the application process, let's first talk about the reason as to why I'm getting a business credit card in the first place. One of the main reasons as to why I'm applying for my first business credit card ever is the fact that I am in 524 Chase jail. For those folks that don't know what that is, it's a rule that Chase implemented themselves where if you've gotten 5 credit cards, no matter the credit card issuer, within the last 24 months, you'll automatically be rejected from getting any new Chase personal credit cards when you apply for them. However, business credit cards, more specifically the Chase business credit card that I'm applying for today, disregard this rule. Oh, okay. Actually, that was actually false information. So if you're actually in 524 Chase jail, then you should be automatically rejected from any of the Chase credit cards that you apply for. But you'll have to actually see if your boy Eric Gao is just another data point or is an outlier. Alright, so moving along, we have to see whether or not we qualify to get any business credit cards in the first place. Like I said before, I don't have a legitimate business or an LLC yet, but I've read online that this isn't a hard set requirement in order to apply for business credit cards. But since I'm applying with my own personal information, let's swing over and see our credit score data points just in case there's something within the files that might get me denied. Okay, so for my Experian credit report, it says that I have a very good credit score of 784, with about a 3% credit utilization with 5 total open accounts. And actually, here's the mistake that I made. I didn't get a snapshot of my 5 inquiries before applying for this card. So you can see that I have a total of 5 inquiries over the past 24 months, with the 6th one being the business credit card that I just applied for. And while this would technically be 624, because I applied for a business credit card, it doesn't count towards my 524 Chase rule. And the reason why you see both the inquiry date and the removal date is because it takes 2 years for inquiries to be removed from your hard inquiry polls, which is more of the reason as to why Chase created the 524 rule in the first place. Alright, moving on, just to be careful, even though Chase primarily only checks Experian, let's check my Equifax score as well. With Equifax, you can see that I have a credit score of 754, which is slightly lower than my Experian credit score. There's no real explanation as to why there's a discrepancy between all 3 credit bureaus, but as long as your credit scores from the 3 credit bureaus are relatively similar and above 700 within the credit score range, you should be able to get any credit card that you apply to. Now that we've checked and confirmed that we are indeed in an advantageous position to apply for a business credit card, I want to go over some of the reasons as to why exactly I want a business credit card in the first place. First, the sign-up bonus offer, which may or may not have ended by the time this video comes out, is a historical max sign-up bonus offer, which means that after the sign-up bonus offer is replaced, we may or may not get another sign-up bonus offer that gets to that standard. This would be too good of an opportunity to pass up, and that's why it's reason number 1. Second, I have an insane amount of expenses that I need to cover within the next couple of months. And since sign-up bonus offers are the number 1 way to get a massive amount of points for a minimal amount of spend, I figured out that the return on investment on a new sign-up bonus offer was far greater than anything I could have gotten if I put the spend on all of my other credit cards that I already have. And third, since I aspire to have my own business one day, working on my business credit score right now would put myself in an advantageous position in the future when I need to pull out a loan with my business. Alright, with that all being said, let's get into the application process to show you exactly how you would fill out a business credit card application, and then you can see whether or not I was personally approved for a Chase Inc. Business Unlimited business credit card. So the sign-up bonus offer that is currently being offered for the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited is a whopping 900 bonus cash back that's given to you as 90,000 ultimate reward points after spending $6,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Although this offer is supposed to end on March 18, 2023, I have noticed that there's always some leeway with the end dates. So I'm pretty sure that there's probably going to be some extra days that you can apply for this card yourself with the sign-up bonus offer that I'm applying for right now. Moving on, this business credit card is a no annual fee points back credit card that earns you 1.5% points back on every purchase that I'll ever make. With benefits and coverage, it has auto rental collision damage waiver, purchase protection, and extended warranty protection, and 0% intro APR for 12 months from account opening on purchases with a variable APR rate between 17.74% and 23.74%. Information that I don't really need, as we within the credit card world would never carry a balance, but it's information that is good to know about. Alright, so clicking on apply, it goes straight to the application portal, and you always want to double check that you're applying for the right credit card always. I'm personally applying through my personal Chase account, which is why my personal information is already added to the application process. If you're not applying through your personal account, it's the same process, it's just that all of this information will need to be manually typed in yourself. For authorizing title, there's a bunch of different options here. For me personally, since I'm not applying through a business, I'm just going to select the owner, since that's technically the title that I would give myself if I were to have applied through a business. Moving along, the total gross annual income is, I'm pretty sure, asking me how much I personally make each year, not exactly how much the business makes each year. And in this slot, you want to make sure that you include everything that you have access to, so such as your own personal annual income, and or if you have a spouse or significant other, you can also include their income in this bracket as well. Other things like if you sell things on eBay once in a while, or do DoorDash or Instacart on the side, or if you have your own business, to include all of that information within this box as well. I personally have a YouTube channel that I make money on, and I do Rover on the side that brings in a pretty decent amount of income, as well as my typical 9-to-5 job. So I'll make sure to include all of this when filling out my total gross annual income. While there is some leeway with what you put here, I definitely want to remind you guys to be truthful. The next box is legal business structure, and there's a couple of different options and examples in the drop-down menu. For most that have a business, it's probably going to be something like a limited liability company or LLC. But for me personally, since I'm doing this application without a business and I own all of the quote-unquote business, I'm going to list sole proprietorship right here. Next, it asks me for my business legal name and desired business name on a card. Since again, I am applying without a business, I'm going to fill this out with my full legal name for both slots. And on the card, it'll say my name twice just because it's your business name on top and then your name on the bottom, which in my case would just be Eric Gao written twice on the credit card. Next, it's asking me if my business has another name like a trade name or a DBA name, which I'm applying without a business, so I'm going to be selecting no here. Then for tax ID types, typically you're going to apply under your business. You'd have an employer identification number or EIN for short, but since we're applying without one, you'd select social security number, and in the next line, enter your own personal social security number. Moving on, this is where people can get a little confused, but just remember that a business credit card application is just like any other credit card application, but just with additional few steps. So it's asking whether or not my business's physical address is the same as my personal one. For this, I'm going to be selecting yes. For number of employees, on the bottom it says additional employees, and if you don't have any, to enter 0, so I will be doing that. For business phone number, I would just enter my own personal cell phone number. For business established date, I enter the date I started my YouTube channel, which would be around March of last year. Moving on, for annual business revenue, remember that the slot is for expected business revenue and not what you've earned so far. And you definitely don't want to put $0 here, because then why would a credit card issuer give you a business credit card if you're not spending any money, right? And make sure, as always, to be as truthful as possible. For business categories, there's a huge list of different business types that you could be a part of. For me personally, my business could fall under the arts, entertainment, and recreations category, since this business credit card would generally be used for my YouTube channel. And under business types, I put independent artists, performers, and writers. Then it asks for my estimated monthly spend, which I personally think if you put a higher spend number here, the higher your credit limit could possibly be, but remember to be truthful here as well. And finally, whether or not you want an additional employee cards. And for me, since I'm technically the only employee, I selected no, but you can change that up in the future if you do decide to pick someone up. All right, scrolling down, I wanted to make sure I double check all of my information just to make sure that I typed in everything correctly. And now is the moment of truth. Let's click that select button and see if we got accepted. This is always so nerve-wracking because I feel like the longer the little circle thing takes, the less likely my application gets approved. All right, any day now. All right, let's go. We got approved. I can't believe I just got my first business credit card without actually having a legitimate business. Pretty good credit limit as well. $5,000, that's not too shabby. I'm good with that. With the lowest offered APR rate possible too, 17.74%. I can't actually believe that I actually got my first business credit card. And obviously the $6,000 spend requirement is something that I can actually hit. And so I'll definitely secure that additional 90,000 ultimate reward points, which I can then transfer out to use at one of Chase's transfer partners, specifically with Hyatt. And I guess the next steps are to make a Chase business account, even though I already have a Chase personal account, and then follow its steps to call the number right there later to join the two accounts together. Alright, that just about wraps up this video. Definitely not a credit card that I was eyeing to apply to in 2023. However, this doesn't deter any of my plans to get the other credit cards, since this is a business credit card and won't affect my 524 status. And just to recap my data points, I am at 524 with Chase. My credit score with Experian is a 784, and I applied for it without actually having a legitimate business. Make sure to check out that video where I talk about the two credit cards that I'll be applying for in 2023. And with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. Thank you for watching as always. Peace. Those of you out there that are new to the channel, hi, my name is Eric. I generally talk about everything credit card related, but more recently I've been making videos on broader financial topics, such as these videos right here. The main goal for this channel is to provide informational and meaningful financial related content that everybody everywhere can enjoy. So again, if you'd like to support that dream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that, thank you for watching as always. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there. Peace.